Alright, what is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back in here on PlayStation Source, and it is a new month. I did pay rent last night. You hate to see it. Hope you paid rent too, you know what I'm saying? But besides all of that, it is a brand new month. That means a new batch of PS Now games are added to the service with your subscription. Now, overall, I will say that like this batch of games are pretty interesting and overall are pretty enticing, with some things that are definitely up my alley overall, and new stuff that I've never heard of as well that looks pretty cool. But there is one game here that we're going to start off with first that is a game changer that I have not talked about yet on the channel, but we will kind of break down here as we go over this first game, because yes, it is debuting here on PS Now, but maybe this could be telling of what we could be seeing with, of course, the upcoming Spartacus, which definitely go check out that video that I put up yesterday where we break down all the new rumors about Spartacus. But let's get right into the PS Now games for March 2022. So for the first time in history, we have a game debuting on PlayStation Now. We've had games debut on PS Plus before, but here with Shadow Warrior 3, it will be debuting on PlayStation Now starting today. This first-person shooter mixes seamless blend of fast-paced gunplay, razor-sharp melee combat, and a spectacular free-running movement system. An ex-Yakuza mercenary and his former employer turned nemesis turned sidekick, Orchi Zilla, I think I pronounced that wrong, embark on an improbable mission to recapture an ancient dragon they unwillingly unleashed from its eternal prison. Armed with a punishing mix of blades and bullets, traverse uncharted parts of the world to track down the beast and push the apocalypse back yet again. All it will take is the mask of a dead god, a dragon's egg, a touch of magic, and enough firepower to hold off the impending cataclysm. So they do say here also that this game will be available on PS Now up until July 4th for this year. And overall, like visually speaking, like I'm not saying like this is like a direct comparison, right? Because I've never played Shadow Warrior, but to me it looks very like akin to like a Doom type of experience, more specifically, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. So it definitely does look like something that I would definitely like and definitely vibe with. I mean, the gameplay looks really solid. I love the vibrant, punchy colors. Y'all know me, you know what I'm saying? And overall, at least visually, because I have not played it yet, but like visually, it looks like it has kind of a Doom flair to it that I would definitely enjoy, given how much I loved Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal back when I played it in 2020. And with this game debuting here on PS Now today, March 1st, that is, it does not have any like, substantial Metacritic scores, but I did find a PC Metacritic score of 72. So 72 on PC, take with that as you will. We have yet to see if there's any problems on console or any issues, this and the third. Now, there is one thing though that I gotta shout out, okay? As far as I can tell, as far as I've done my research, right, there is a PS5 version for Shadow Warrior 3. However, on PlayStation Now, it is the PS4 version specifically, not the PS5 version. So I'm not sure if there's some sort of free upgrade where if you download the Shadow Warrior 3 on PS Now on the PS5, it'll give you the option to download the PS5 version at that point. I'm not sure if that's the case, but if that is not the case and you have to play the PS4 version, if you have a PS5, right, that would be kind of shitty. Like, they have done this before. We've had this problem with PS Now where they won't have any PS5 games on the service yet for whatever reason, probably saving it for Spartacus, to be honest, but that's trash, you know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. At least I've been hearing as well on Twitter that if you are playing the PS4 version of Shadow Warrior 3, that the frame rate is a lot better on PS5. If you play the PS4 version, of course, that's with a lot of games, so take that with what you will. Next up here, I literally bought the Remastered trilogy like 2 months ago and time to play it maybe sometime this summer, but it looks like we will get the first installments of that trilogy here on PlayStation Now. It is, of course, Crysis Remastered. The classic first-person shooter from Crytek is back with the action-packed gameplay, sandbox world, and thrilling epic battles you loved the first time around. Now with software-based ray tracing and remastered graphics. Armed with a powerful nanosuit, players can become invisible to stalk enemy patrols or boost strength to lay waste to vehicles. The nanosuit's speed, strength, armor, and cloaking allow creative solutions for every kind of fight, while a huge arsenal of modular weaponry provides unprecedented control over playstyle. So look, man, the long question, you know what I'm saying? The long question, can your rig run Crysis? The PS5 can definitely run Crysis, yes sir, over here. So this is the PS4 version though. I'm pretty sure the remastered version is for PS4 and PS5, as far as I'm aware, or at least I know it dropped like that. But hey man, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a very, I would say at this point, you know, cult classic. I don't hear like a lot of people talk about Crysis no more overall, right? Like it's not like, I don't think it has that same like high tier status that it used to have, I feel like, yet. And of course with Crysis 4 being announced and that not even making that big of a wave or a deal in the industry, right? We'll see how Crysis 4 does. Maybe they're trying to prime people up to get them familiar with the whole franchise leading up to Crysis 4 when that finally drops. But here over here on Metacritic with the remastered version of Crysis, it was at a 59. I do remember that this had some issues overall. I have to assume that it's been patched, and I have to assume that a lot of things have been, you know, worked out and everything. I believe I even saw some Digital Foundry coverage on how the updates have been going with this game and this remastered version of Crysis. So I feel like most likely the game is at a way better state than what that Metacritic of 59 kind of reflects about Crysis Remastered, but that lays to be seen. If you want to check it out for yourself, it is on PS Now for you to download or stream on your console this month for March 2022. Now this next game here I have never heard of, but it definitely caught my attention here. It's called Relicta, I think is how you say it, or Relicta, however you want to say it. I think I might say Relicta. That sounds pretty right here. Play as a physicist stranded on a derelict moon base and bend gravity and magnetism to your will in this first-person physics-based puzzle game. Combine your abilities in innovative ways to solve physical riddles, find clues, and piece together the details about the investigation of the Relicta's anomaly. Will you rush straight ahead, or will you take your time to unravel the intrigues of 22nd century orbital politics? Buried in the eternal darkness lies a secret that might claim your daughter's life or change the fate of humanity. Are you ready to face the consequences of your research? This game looks kind of fire. Like I'm not even gonna lie, this game looks kind of lit. There's just something about this game's like story and premise and just the way that it looks visually on the gameplay. Like this actually looks pretty interesting overall, and it's something that like I might actually go check out. And like I know I say that a lot, right? Like I know I say that a lot on PS Now and PS Plus, you know, update videos on the channel, but I seriously might check out this game though, just to see what's up with it. And this cool, intriguing story about, you know, dealing with something that might claim my daughter's life or save humanity. Like very interesting stuff here. I'm digging what this game has going down here, but the Metacritic here is at a 71 for Relicta. So overall, I'd say that's a pretty good score, all things considered and everything. And yeah, I might have to check this out for real and play this game, but we will see. So it looks like if you like, you know, 3D puzzle games and stuff like that, you may have a bit of an interest towards Relicta. And lastly here, I'm like 1000% sure that we had this on PS Plus a few months back. I think so, because I remember thinking this game looked kind of weird, or maybe I'm getting confused with another game, but it's called Chicken Police Paint It Red. This hard-boiled detective satire is a story-rich and dialogue-heavy in the grand tradition of visual novels and classic adventure games. Sonny Featherhead and Marty McChicken, oh my god, Marty McChicken were once a legendary detective duo called the Chicken Police, but this was almost a decade ago and time had ruthlessly passed them by. Now Sonny and Marty are forced to work together on a case that is weirder than anything they've ever encountered before. Collect tons of clues, evidence, and highly sensitive personal information from the shady characters of Clawville to use ruthlessly against them. So this seems to be some very deep, rich narrative game, right? Like an ilk of like a visual novel, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of like mini games in between each sections, it looks like, from the trailer and everything. And I would just say up front, look, like I appreciate the unique art style, right? Like I really do, okay? Like I don't want to talk trash about the game's uniqueness in terms of it not looking like anything else that we've seen in gaming as far as I'm aware, right? But I just do not like the art style that much. It's not my style, not my jam. But surprisingly, it was a lot of people's jam, because this game does take the top spot in the Metacritic rankings for these 4 games on PS Now with an 84 on Metacritic. I was not expecting this game to be the top dog here in this collection, but it looks like it is. And hey, you know what? Who am I to judge? I've never played it. Maybe the story's fire. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a lot of people like it. If you played it, let me know down below about what you think about Chicken Police Paint It Red, or any of the games here that we'll be getting for PS Now for March 2022. From top to bottom, we'll be getting access to Shadow Warrior 3, Crysis Remastered, Relictica, and Chicken Police painted red. Hope you all enjoyed the update. If you guys let me know down below, what are your thoughts on these games? Do you like this month? Do you hate this month? Or are you also having thoughts about how we have just seen our first game ever debut on PlayStation Now? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that is telling about Spartacus? Let me know those thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, check out that description. You can find links to our Discord, our Twitter, and of course our Anchor link. That way you can listen to our long form content in podcast format. Those of course being the Road to podcast series. Road to Forbidden West is on a little bit of ice because we're playing through Horizon Forbidden West, but definitely check back, which we will end the series with a review and spoiler cast of that game. Like the video if you enjoyed it, as well as subscribe to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.